The May 23rd, 2016 meeting of the Public Safety Committee will now come to order. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Alcoffer? Here. Ms. Boyce is excused. Mrs. Conley? Here. Mr. Delahanty? Here. Ms. Harris? Here. Chairman Michike?
Here.
Mr. Morelli is excused. Mr. Shepard? Here. Mr. Terp? Here. Vice President Carbone?
Is there anyone signed up for the public forum?
There is not.
Is there anyone present who is not signed up to speak who would like to address this committee at this time? Next item on the agenda is approval of minutes. You have the April 25th, 2016 minutes before you. They will stand approved unless the clerk is notified of any changes by the end of the day. We have a presentation tonight. Ms. Rochelle Bell, Associate Planner of the Planning and Development Department, will now give a brief overview of the 2017-2022 Capital Improvement Program as it pertains to the Public Safety Committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. You all should have a copy of the proposed 2017-2022 CIP. The process for pulling together the CIP falls to the Department of Planning and Development, and this is our general process. We convene the CIP Review Committee in the fall, and we ask all the departments to submit their proposed program for the next 6-year period. Guidelines for their proposals include consistency with last year's program and adding new projects to the latter years of the CIP unless they can justify doing so otherwise. Throughout the fall, the CIP Review Committee reviews the proposed projects and makes changes based on project priority and fiscal constraints. In December, the committee presents the recommended CIP to the county executive, who then presents it to the Monroe County Planning Board in January. During the winter, the Planning Board reviews the CIP, prioritizes the capital year projects, so the first year of the CIP, and then submits the proposal that you have before you to the legislature. In July, there will be a public hearing on the CIP, and you will vote to pass it. The Public Safety Committee, the parts that are pertinent to your committee, begin on page 73 for the Public Safety Department and page 76 for the Sheriff's Department. I'll be happy to take questions when the committee gets to this item on the agenda. Thank you.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is new business.
Referral 16-0165.
Moved by Legislator Conley, moved by Legislator Alcoffer. Is there any discussion? Legislator Harris.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Through the chair to the administration, I see that there was expenditures for Fleet Center improvements. Isn't there already a new Fleet Center that we've already had in the last 10 decades? I mean, the last decade or so?
Through you, Mr. Chairman, I'm Mike Garland, Director of Environmental Services. Yes, the Fleet Center has been in place for approximately 15 years. We went through a capital improvement program recently to build the new Rochester Operations Center for Pure Waters, as well as improve the paving. This is a second phase of that project that will improve the electrical utilities on site, drainage, and expand paving throughout the site.
Thank you very much. I have another question. Through the chair to the administration, is this going to be the final phase of improvements?
Mr. Chairman, it's certainly the final phase as we see it for the foreseeable future. We have no other planned phases of improvement for this project, for the site.
Thank you very much. I'm all set.
Any other discussion? Is there, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Item carries. Next item.
Referral 16-0166.
Moved by Legislator Alcoffer, seconded by Legislator Terp. Is there any discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Item carries. Next item.
Referral 16-0167.
Moved by Legislator Turp, second by Legislator Delahanty. Any discussion? Legislator Harris.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to know if, for this agreement, which is reimbursed for training and salaries of the county sheriffs, which are stationed at the airport, I'd like to know how many positions will this cover? Or actually, how many positions will actually be funded by this?
Mike Giardino, Director of Aviation, through you, Mr. Chairman. The law enforcement reimbursement covers the checkpoint requirement, the TSA checkpoint requirement, which is dependent on passenger traffic, but approximately 3:30 in the morning until the last flight of the night, which is around 9 p.m. So it's an hourly coverage, and it reimburses a portion of that checkpoint requirement, which right now is 2 full-time deputies, only when the checkpoint's open.
Thank you very much.
Is there any
Mr.
other
Chair.
discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Item carries. Next item.
Referral 16-0174.
Moved by Legislator Delahanty, second by Vice President Carbone. Is there any discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Item carries. Are there any other matters to come before the committee? Seeing none. There being no other matters, the May 23rd, 2016 meeting of the Public Safety Committee stands adjourned. The next meeting of the Public Safety Committee will be held on Monday, June 27th, 2016 at 5:30 p.m.